don't even know how long it's been now. How long has it been since we got G&G? Any ideas?
After COVID, wasn't it? That's when.
Yeah,
That was just after COVID.
Yeah, well, we were still socially distancing.
Yes. Okay. So I started the Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's life off at GTB. We were doing that for a while, I'd say about a year, and then COVID happened. But that still didn't stop us. We carried on doing it online. We were doing it online every Friday on whatever it was, whoever set it up, Microsoft Teams, I think. All the day we were doing going through Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj even, and you know how long COVID lasted for, whatever. No? And then we started at G&G. So it's been about 4 to 5 years going through Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's life. And the reason why it's taking that long is because we're doing it in great detail, in so much detail, where Guru Nanak Dev Ji are going around everywhere, saving everyone, saving the poorest of the poor, the richest of the rich, kings, just general workers. Maharaj are saving sinners, the biggest sinners that you can think of. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj are putting them on the right path. Because our Guru Sahib Ji are so amazing like that. They're not gonna, and that's why Guru Sahib Ji are different from everyone else. Because person like me would look at a sinner, maybe would look at Papi Banda and think, oh, he's bad, he does this, he does that. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, our Guru Sahib Ji are so amazing. They don't look at that. They look at, put them on the right path, get them to fall in love with Waheguru again. Hai na? So going through the life has been amazing. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, just to recap, recap from last week, they went to a place called Hardwar. Hardwar is a place where all the Hindus you get together, and they go into the river Ganga, and the holy river, and then there they, in the early hours of the morning, they'll get a handful of water and pour it towards the sun. Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj get into the river, and then they pour it the opposite direction. If someone tried to do that today, people would get like crazy, like they'd probably get really angry. But Guru Sahib Ji weren't scared of anyone, right? And they wanted to break that falsehood. And when they started doing that, people are like asking, right? Like they're asking Guru Nanak, what are you doing? Why are you doing the opposite direction? And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj then said that, well, who are you pouring water to? They go, we're pouring it towards the sun. We're pouring it to the sun. The sun's rays take the water. Guru Sahib Ji said, I'm pouring it towards my farm. And then they laughed at Maharaj. But it's so why are they laughing? Like they're not even, their ego has taken over them so much that they're not even able to think straight. That Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj said, I'm pouring it towards my farm, and my farm's getting water. And then Maharaj said that, how's your water reaching, why are you laughing? How's your water reaching the sun? And then Guru Nanak put them straight. They begged to become Sikhs at that point. Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj said that you lot are full of ego and you lot are full of sin, so no, I'm not going to make you my Sikh. And they begged Maharaj, and then Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj said, Chal theek hai, and then Maharaj blessed them with some talk, with peace. And then then they asked Maharaj, then they said, let's feed you. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj broke that as well, that ego as well. They want to break the ego more because they were doing this, practicing falsehood. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj did that more. After that part of the Itihas, the river we refer to as Ganga, the river took on the form of a woman and came in front of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Sometimes we hear these things and we might start thinking that, how is that possible? These are just folk tales. These just they sound like they're fairy tales. I've said this over and over again, yeah, that sometimes when you hear something and you can't understand it, that doesn't mean that doesn't exist. That just means that you don't understand it. Simple as that. Anna? You shouldn't start saying, no, how is that possible? How is that possible? So the river Ganga, who's a Devi, she takes on the form of a woman and comes in front of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. She bows to our Guru and she's offered a gold tray with loads of jewelry in it as a gift. And then she begged Maharaj, she said that loads of sinners come into and bathe in the river Ganga. I take on all of that bab, that sin that they do. But I can't handle it no more. That there's so much going on in this world, I can't handle it no more. Guru Sahib Ji, please bless me, do something. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, do ardas, which is very important, right? in our lives, so let's just pause here for a second and reflect. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is saying to Ganga, do ardas. That means Maharaj is saying to us that if you're ever in a situation that there's issues, that you've got problems in your life, be it worldly problems, family problems, money problems, work problems, education problems, koi bhi aja hoye, then turn to Guru Sahib Ji and do ardas. Maharaj has given us this beautiful way of asking Maharaj for blessings, right? And the way you ask as well, it automatically, this concept of doing ardas in front of Maharaj makes you humble and gets rid of that ego, and then Guru Sahib Ji blesses you in that way, you know. So Maharaj says, do ardas that saints come and bathe in the river Ganga. Saints come and put their feet in the river, and it makes it pure. Do that ardas that you get the company of saints. And then Guru Sahib Ji said, do langar as well. And then Ganga wanted to feed Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Maharaj said, Maharaj said, all this money that you've given, all this jewelry that you can use this and feed all the saints, feed all the rishis, the munis, the sadhus, the Devi Devte, feed all of them, and then you'll get all the blessings. So that was from last week, where we finished it. What happens next? Let's go through it today and see what Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj are going to teach us today. What teachings can we take away from today's episode? So as always, before we start, we praise Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj through the words of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, our fifth Guru, where they say that, look, I haven't got any knowledge, I don't know nothing, I don't know your limit, I don't know how powerful you are, Vaheguru, but I know this much, that in this dark age that we're living in, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj will save your honor. They will protect you in this dark age. Just hold on to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's robe, and Maharaj will save you. So let's do ustat. Let's praise Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, and the point, the reason for this is so we can focus on the katha that's about to happen. Gyan dhyan kich karma na jana, sar na jana teri, sabte vadda Satgur Nanak, jin kal rakhi meri. Sabte vadda Satgur Nanak, jin kal rakhi meri. So a langar has been prepared by Ganga, a langar, a free kitchen. All the Devi Devte have arrived to take part in this langar, so they come and eat, and they have all taken on human forms to come and sit. All the Devi Devte, we've referred to them as all the servants of Vaheguru. Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj also arrived at the langar. They all the Devi Devte get darshan of our perfect Satguru. They get a glimpse of Guru Sahib Ji, and then they all do matha take to Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. In the podcast that we just recently did, Gurtek Singh, who did it with me, we ended it in a really brilliant way, where he said that Aurangzeb, the Mughal king, the Mughal Raja, was so ruthless that he killed his own brothers. He killed his own brother. He imprisoned his father just to get the right to become a king. Yeah, he was so ruthless. He wanted to kill his brother Daro Shikoh. He wanted to kill him, and he got a tiger's whisk and put it in his food, and then he became ill. Now there's no cure for that, right? Now the Mughal Empire was the richest empire at that time. They had all the money in the world. They could have gone to they would have had access to all the best doctors in the world, but no one was able to get Dara Shikoh better again. Where did he have to go? He had to go to our Guru to get better. That's when he came to Guru Harai Ji Maharaj, our 7th Badshah, and that's when they gave him the Dwai, and then they got better. But look at that, the biggest Raj in the world, the biggest empire that had to come to our Guru, right? Something to just contemplate on. But Itivi, the Devi Devte, all bowed down to our Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. They know who Guru Sahib Ji are. Seva is being done. Guru Sahib Ji, Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj grab a jug of water. Why do they grab a jug of water? They get a jug of water to wash the feet of all the sadhus and all the Mahapurkhs that do abhyas on Vahegurus, on Vaheguru's name. That remember Vaheguru constantly, remember God constantly. Guru Sahib Ji want to wash their feet. Look at the importance that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj are giving to Mahapurukhs. They're saying that they're coming into Nimrata themselves. All the Sangat had the langar. They're getting happy. They're getting really happy, and they're feeling peace when they're doing darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. That's why it's really important that you come to Gurdwara as much as you can. A Gursikh is always told that at least try to come twice a day. If not twice, look, we're living in busy lives in these countries where we're working, education, I get all that. Try your best to incorporate into your lives, daily lives, just like you eat every day, just like you do certain things every day on a daily basis. Incorporate it into your life where you get darshan of Guru Nanak, Guru Sahib Ji every day as well. Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Just come to a Gurdwara, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Incorporate into your daily lives. Once you start doing it on a daily basis, you'll get to a point where if you miss one day, then you're not going to feel at ease. You're going to feel really uneasy. But it can happen. You can easily do it. But that's why it's really important that you get into a habit, because when you get darshan, as soon as you walk into Darbar Sahib, you automatically get peace because Maharaj are there. But after eating, one by one, they all come and do namaskar to Guru Sahib Ji by doing matha tek to them. They all then went back to their realms wherever they came from. Ganga then came and did matha tek, bowed to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Ganga is mentioned in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj a number of times. It can take on the form of whatever it wants. Guru Sahib Ji purified Ganga with their charn, with their lotus feet. All the sadhus and rishis and munis that were there in Hardwar at that point, they start asking that who did this massive langar? Langar kena ne laya? Who organized it all? Everyone wanted to know, but no name was mentioned. Guru Sahib Ji stay here for many days. They stay here for many days, telling everyone the importance of doing Simran, the importance of remembering Vaheguru, remembering God, infused with Prema Bhakti into everyone. They infuse the highest form of Bhakti that you can do, remembering Vaheguru with unconditional love. So when I mean unconditional love, you're not remembering Vaheguru because you want something. You're remembering Vaheguru because your soul is crying out for Vaheguru. Your soul is in love with Vaheguru. Your soul is part of Vaheguru. That's why you're doing Vaheguru Simran, not because you want something. That's unconditional, and that's the highest form of bhakti you can get. Guru Sahib Kirpa Karan that we all get to that level, but is in stages, in small steps. You get to that stage. If you start with conditional love, if you start with doing it unconditionally, obiti ka, because at least you are still remembering Vaheguru, right? Where some people say that Vaheguru, please, I'll do this much Simran if you give me this. Maharaj, main aa karunga if you give me this, and I will do. That is conditional, but at least you're asking it from Vaheguru themselves, yeah. So everyone wanted to know, but no names were mentioned. Guru Sahib Ji stay here for many days and tell everyone. They infuse that Prema Bhakti into everyone. Guru Sahib Ji then continued their travels on from Hardwar to save others, to save mankind. That Guru, that as soon as you mention their name, thousands of sins get washed away. Thousands of sins get washed away. When we say Dhan Guru, I know Gursikhs that struggle to get up in the morning. Gursikhs have said that one way of doing it is when you get up in the morning, as soon as your eyes open, because it's always hard to get up at Amritullah, that's the time when your need, when your sleep is overtaking you and you don't want to get up in the morning, right? When it's nice and cozy in your rajai. At that point, Gursikhs said, as soon as their eyes open, they'll start saying Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and that gives them that energy to get up and fight that daliddar. So Guru Bhai Santokh Singh Ji, who have written this beautiful itihas of ours, this history, they start the next part of itihas. Before they do that, they praise Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They say that Guru Sahib Ji give light to all. It's in the word Guru. Go is darkness, Ru is light. So Guru Sahib Ji have got the ability to take someone out of darkness into light, and that's only Guru Sahib Ji can do that. They take you out of the cycle of life and death that we're all stuck in. Bhai Balaji are narrating this amazing Katha. Bhai Balaji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's friend, they're narrating this Katha to our second Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Angad Dev Ji, and they're getting it all written down. And they say to Guru Angad Dev Ji, Bhai Balaji, they say, Maharaj Ji, listen to what's going to happen next. I'm telling you from what I saw and I heard. So Guru Sahib Ji left Hardwar. We went with Guru Sahib Ji. We left Hardwar. And as we were walking, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj said to me, Balaji, let's go to the place where Krishna Bhagwan did Kautaks, where they performed miracles, where they grew up and they used to play as a child. They destroyed the demons. Bhai Balaji then say, as we were walking and Guru Sahib Ji were telling us these bhajans, that place arrived, Brijbhumi. There was a mountain there called Gardhan Parbat. Seeing this pahad, this massive rock, is all like a massive mountain almost. Guru Sahib Ji sat at the bottom of it. Bhai Mardana Ji then said, Bhai Mardana Ji, also Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's friend, they say, Maharaj, on the banks of this river Jamuna, this mountain that we can see, this massive mountain, tell us more about this mountain, because I can't see any other mountain around it. It's on its own. Why is this the only one here? I've got a doubt in my mind. There's no other ones beside it. Hearing Bhai Mardana Ji, Guru Sahib Ji then said, you know when Ramchandra Ji, so from the Hindu faith, Ramchandra Ji were making their way to Lanka to go and save Sita from Ravan. To get to Lanka, they had to make a bridge, and they made this bridge out of stones and massive rocks, massive mountains. And the duty to get all the rocks and these massive rocks and mountains, the duty was Hanuman's. Hanuman took the help of their whole Vandar Sena, all their monkey army. And then Maharaj is telling Bhai Mardana Ji this, that these massive rocks are from that time. Bhai Mardana Ji then said, Maharaj, tell us more. Guru Sahib Ji said, Mardana, listen. The bridge that Ramchandra Ji made to get to Lanka was made by these massive rocks. They had finished making the bridge. But then Ramchandra Ji then said, we don't need any more pahars no more. We don't need any more big rocks no more. Whoever's bringing any more rocks to us, just they can drop them there. They just leave them wherever they are now. First, Ramchandra Ji ordered everyone to bring them to me, because I need them. Hanuman was taking this very pahad, then dropped it. But then Hanuman decided to stay with it, because first Ramchandra Ji's command was that I need someone to bring all these rocks to me. Hanuman was absolutely in love with Ramchandra Ji. That was their master. So when they gave the order that I need rocks, Hanuman grabbed this massive rock and said, my master needs this, and he's ordered for it. So this rock is going to go to my master. But then at the same time, then Hanuman didn't take this one to Ramchandra Ji, because they gave that order that we're finished, we don't need any more. But whoever was bringing a pahar for construction then dropped it wherever they were. Then the Vandar Sena, the army of the monkeys, with Hanuman in it, asked Ramchandra Ji, where's Hanuman? We can't see him. Hanuman kithiya? Hanuman was carrying this pahar when Ramchandra Ji was asked. Then Ramchandra Ji asked all the other monkeys to go and call Hanuman. They went and asked him. Hanuman then said, look, I can't leave this now because my master asked for this pahar, asked for this rock. I can't leave it. They asked why. Then Hanuman told them. The other monkeys went back. They came and told Ramchandra Ji. Hanuman had said, Ramchandra Ji said to put the rocks down, so I obeyed my master. But I also made a promise that this rock is for my master and I will take it to him. So now I can't leave it either, because that's going to go against my dharam. It's going to go against my belief. Look at the love. This is what the teaching that you're taking away from this is love that Hanuman has for Ramchandra Ji. His master's asked for rock, so no matter what happens, he's going to get that rock to his master. But at the same time, Ramchandra Ji said, I don't need it no more. But in his mind, he said that this was for my master. So he's ordered that I leave it. So he stayed with that rock. And then when Ramchandra Ji heard this, then they said, go and tell Hanuman this, that when we come back in Dwapar Jug, so in Sikhi we're taught about 4 jugs, 4 ages. There's Sat Jug, there's Trita Jug, there's Dwapar Jug, and Kal Jug, the Kal Jug that we live in now, the Dark Age. Ramchandra Ji said that when we come in Dwapar Jug, in the 3rd age, in the form of Krishna Bhagwan, we will come and we will play on this mountain that Hanuman's sitting on right now, and we will bless it with our charan. Tell Hanuman this. Hanuman heard this. He left the mountain and then he went back to Ramchandra Ji. Guru Sahib Ji said This is what the history of this patthar is. Krishna Bhagwan ji has played on this mountain and blessed this. Guru Sahib ji sitting there telling Bhai Mardana ji about this history. It was monsoon season at that point, so it was raining. Nearby, there were women dancing outside. Bhai Mardana ji said, Maharaj ji, why are these women dancing for? What are they doing? Guru Sahib ji kende, Nachan Kudan Manka Chao. This comes in Asa Ki War, in Bani that we read, right? Guru Sahib ji say, Nachan Kudan Manka Chao, that your mind always wants to go down the path of maybe like dancing, and so Kudan means Nachna, Tapana, right? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj also say here in Asaki War, Nach nach hasai chalehe se roe, that those that dance and dance left shall weep on their ultimate departure. Odna jahi siddhna hohe, that they do not fly to the heavens, nor do they become sadhus. Nachan kudan man ka chao, that they keep dancing around because that's what their mind is urging them to do. But we've learnt over the past couple of weeks, months, coming to the Simran sessions, Simran classes, that this is a game that's being played, right? These 5 jors, the Panch Jor, are attacking you 24/7. Your kam is to fight them. How do you fight them? Is with Vaheguru Simran. The 5 thieves are trying to take away your spiritual wealth, but your kam is to fight them. Guru Nanak Maharaj ite Nachan Kudan Man Ka Chao. What is really sad that in today's day and age, sometimes I've even heard actual Gursikh Dastar wearing people saying that, oh, Maharaj here is saying that you can do this sort of stuff, and they're the people that always go to say clubs and they go to party halls and they do that sort of stuff. When you're going to a place like this, where look, I don't want anyone to take it in the wrong way, that anyone to think that I'm lecturing them or I'm talking down on them. No, I'm not doing that. Maharaj has given us this knowledge, so our come is to share it, right? Maharaj, where these kind of places, these negative places that we end up going to, say these party halls where there's music playing, there's galt music playing, there's wrong music playing, wrong words are being said, mixed with alcohol, where people think it's okay, there's no harm in it, you're just having a laugh, it's just a bit of fun, right? Where you're dancing in these places where if you see other women dancing, what's that gonna ignite in your mind? And what's that gonna bring out in your mind? Is the Kam Vashana is gonna come out. Vishavakar, all these desires are gonna start coming out, right? When you go into the same dance floor where women are dancing, men are dancing, and they start dancing with each other when they're intoxicated, what's gonna happen? Nothing good's gonna come from that. That's destruction, slow destruction to your spiritual life when it starts going downhill. Club chaljo. Why? You know what? It feels it's all these like these desires are temporary. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj then say to Bhai Mardana ji, they say that people dance and then get tired, and then their head starts hurting. We've probably met people like that, right? After they get drunk, they'll dance all around like crazy all night. But Maharaj say here that but we imbue ourselves in the love of Vaheguru, prem vich pej jante hain, then we get the ras 24/7. All these other ras, all these other desire, all these other temporary pleasures, if you want to put it that way, they're all temporary. They only last for a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, and then that's it. You just go back into that same state of mind. Then after that again, once that all wears off, you become in that same state after again. But Guru Sahib Ji have given us that dawai, that medication, that medicine. Guru Sahib Ji have given us. If you want to get that ras, that intoxication 24/7, Maharaj is saying, imbue yourself with love for Vaheguru. Do Simran, and you'll get that love, you'll get that ras, that anand, that pleasure 24/7. No matter what you do, when you're working, you'll get that ras, you'll get that anand. No matter if you're at school, college, university, if you're at work, jo kuch bhi, whatever you, even when you're going to sleep, while you're in your sleep, you'll get that anand as well. Maharaj has promised us all that, right? We just have to try and do that. Again, in the podcast, it was so amazing. In that 40 minutes, Bhai Gurdas Ji say that take that one step towards Guru Sahib Ji, just that one step, that one step can be anything for you, right? It'll be individual for everyone. Where it could be that you want to do an extra minute of Simran, you want to do extra 5 minutes of Simran, you're going to try and wake up 5 minutes earlier, you're going to try and do a little bit more part, or take the steps towards learning how to do part, learning how you're Gurmukhi so you can start doing part, start going to the Gurdwara more. These are all little steps that you can take, that one step towards Maharaj. And by Gurudas ji say that Guru Sahib ji will come 1,000 steps towards you. They'll come running to you with open arms, because all they're looking for is that love. It comes back all to that prem. It all comes back to that prem di kheda sab. That Maharaj say, Jo to prem khilan ka chao. Maharaj say that if you want to play the game of love, then just come towards me with your head held in your hand, and I will give you absolutely everything. So we leave that there. We'll continue next week. We'll see what Maharaj is going to take, because Maharaj are going to have a conversation with all the people that watch all the dances, watch people that dance, watch all the women that dance. But at the same time, they do pakhand. They act all religious, but then they do puttikam as well. Maharaj are going to have a go at them, and Maharaj are going to put them on the right path as well. So we'll continue that next week. We'll leave it here for now. We'll continue on the